Yes. That's the short answer. Here's the long one. Back in the early 2000s, teenage girls were going in the droves, heading to the movie theater to see the hit new movie Twilight, dragging their middle-aged moms along the way, pining over Edward, the handsome, sparkly vampire who was built like me, but I was the unattractive nerd in my school. I don't know. That really didn't make sense to me, but I think the middle-aged moms were more after Jacob. They wanted that wolf in them, you know what I'm saying? But in any case, the movie Twilight was sweeping the nation, and I hated it. Oh my goodness. I actually was experiencing relationships for the first time around the time this first Twilight movie came out. And I gotta tell you, I had to endure it. I had to endure the whole thing, and I did not like it. And at the center of it all was Robert Pattinson. Robert freaking Pattinson was the ire of my eye. This dude, for whatever reason, he was bigger than the Big Mac. More dramatic than Les Mis, but I just couldn't stand him. I just could not stand Robert Pattinson back during the Twilight era. But it just got bigger and bigger. And I'll tell you what, I gave it a chance. All right, a lot of people didn't. And I honestly, if you don't want to watch something, you don't have to watch something. If you don't want to read anything, you don't have to read anything. I'm not going to judge you if you don't check it out. But me, personally, I do check it out. Just to see if the hate for it is warranted. Because a lot of guys, they were not fans. I'm sure that they were drug along when middle-aged moms weren't available to take said teenage girls to it. That was just a thing that happened. I read most of the books, actually. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't hate them. I actually did not hate the Twilight series as a whole. Hated the second book. Oh my gosh. I hated the second book. I liked the first one, and I really did like the third one. I know I'm admitting some weird things here. Judge me all you want. But I got to the fourth one, and at the time, you know, I was a teenage boy myself. Maybe I was a little rational. I thought a little too much into it. But when Bella got pregnant, I shut that book forever, and I didn't read past that because the anatomy of it all, conceptualizing a vampire, getting someone pregnant, it didn't sit right with me. And again, I think I'm thinking way too much into this because, I mean, I was also watching Stargate SG-1 at the time, and Stargate SG-1 featured the Goa'uld, which were parasites that lived in your brain and took you over. And apparently, if two of the Goa'uld, who are inhabiting people, impregnate one of the people, so the humans get pregnant. The woman gets pregnant and bears a child. It has the entire genetic memory of both the Goa'uld before it that were inside the brain. So apparently I was just thinking too much into it. It's whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't like the series as a whole, and the movies were awful. I don't know, actually, if all of them were awful. I watched the first one, and apparently his budget was a lot lower than the rest of them, which astounds me. As big of a hit as it was, you'd think that it would have had a decent budget, but it didn't. Oh my gosh, that movie looks so bad.
I'm the world's most dangerous predator. Everything about me invites you in. My voice, my face, even my smell.
I just want to try one thing. Just stay very still. Don't move.
It looks so bad. I thought Robert Pattinson's acting was absolutely atrocious. Everyone's acting in it. Not exactly top tier. I did not like it. I didn't enjoy Robert Pattinson's performance in particular. And apparently, he was a real hassle to work with on set. This is all alleged stuff, you know. Early 2000s internet. Could have all been rumors. Maybe none of it was true. I don't know. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, since then, he's done some good movies, and I'll admit, I haven't seen all of them, because for a good long while, I wasn't willing to give him a chance, and I need to go back, because apparently, he did some very good movies, or at least one. But then Batman came out. The new Batman movie, I guess, not new now, but new enough, and he killed it, I thought. I don't know if that's a hot take. I think the movie did pretty well in the box office. I think people generally enjoyed it. It was a very different Batman. This is not a Christian Bale Batman. Certainly not a Ben Affleck Batman. It's a different Batman, like a serious younger Batman that like is not infallible. He makes mistakes all the time. And I like that. He's a Batman that's learning. And I thought that he played the role pretty dang well. Now, when he was Bruce Wayne, he could use a little work on that. Like he tried to channel his inner Edward at bits of that. And I'm just sitting there watching him just like, dude, you're not sparkling now. You're billionaire Bruce Wayne. Why don't you act like it, okay? And he was just sitting there acting like a brooding goth man, like some emo that's about to just go and do things that one ought not do to themselves. I'm not going to get into details on that. So I liked it overall, though. And now we've got Mickey 17 coming out next year. And I am legitimately hyped for this. Have you seen it? Have you seen the trailer for Mickey 17? If you haven't, because this kind of came out of nowhere to me. Didn't know anything about it. And then I saw a brief trailer for it on TikTok and I was like, this seems like a really interesting concept. Hold on a second. Is that Robert freaking Pattinson right there? And then I went and watched the full trailer and it seems like such a fascinating concept. So if you've not seen that trailer, go watch it right now. I'm going to talk a tiny bit about it, but not an awful lot. And obviously it's a trailer, so spoilers to the trailer, but not to the movie itself. It's set in the future, you know, when they're colonizing other worlds and all that jazz, and there's some dangerous stuff to do. So, rather than sending people off to their death, they send them off to their deaths. Plural. So they developed a technology where they can take your basically consciousness and transfer it into a clone body after you die. So instead of sending one person out on suicide missions and stuff like that, you send one person out on all of the suicide missions. And that's what the movie is about. Mickey 17 is the 17th iteration of this Mickey guy, played by Robert Pattinson. And he's just died a lot. Doesn't even seem to care at that point. Like, he's become desensitized to dying because he knows he's going to come back. But there's a twist. You see, you run into a real conundrum when two of the clones exist at once, and that's the plot of the movie, is that a second iteration of him comes, and because of that, I think you run into like a Invincible scenario, that one guy that constantly cloned himself, so there was always two of him running around, and they were always arguing that one was real and the other one was a clone. It's kind of like that situation where they don't know which one of them is truly real. They know that they are both clones, but which one is less of a clone? Which one has existed for longer? They don't really know. They both have pretty much the same memories. So there is a law put in place that if two iterations exist at once, they just kill them both and be done with it. They don't try to figure out the details, don't do any bit of the research or anything like that. Just kill them all. Kill them all, move on. And so it's probably going to be a movie about them trying to survive or trying to kill each other before it's found out that two of them are alive. That way, one of them is still standing. Who really knows? It could be both. It'll probably be both. I don't know how they would get away with that. But the fact of the matter is, got a neat looking cast. Steven Yeun. There was one other person. Oh my goodness. I'll put it right here. It was someone else notable, and I can't remember off the top of my head who it is now, but it looks really freaking cool. A really cool concept. I love seeing fresher concepts. I have almost no doubt it's probably based off of a book, because books still have just such fascinating concepts to them. But when I see something that seems pretty new in terms of cinema, I get so excited for it. And the fact that Robert Pattinson is there, you know what, to me, I'm declaring it. I think that Robert Pattinson has redeemed himself. That's the long gist of the story right there. I think that he has done a good job in pivoting away from Twilight. Not that he would really need to. I mean, that's what kind of kickstarted his career. So on his end, I can't blame the guy for wanting to get some cheddar. Okay? Can't blame a guy for wanting to get some dinero, some money, to get paid. Because that's what we're here to do in this capitalist society, is get ourselves paid. And bro got some bank. So I can't Can't fault him for that. But in my eyes, in terms of cinema, I think that he's done a good job in expanding his roles, taking roles on that adhere to other audiences, things that other people would find fascinating, the superhero genre, sci-fi genre, stuff like that. I think that he is breaking into a very good area. And I think because of that, I'm probably going to see a lot more Robert Pattinson. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you are excited for Mickey 17, what you thought of the trailer, anything like that, and Robert Pattinson in general. But before I go, guys, it's been a year of weekly chats. I've been back on YouTube. You guys have been enduring me for an entire year now. I made this channel all the way back in 2013, and I've shifted it, going in different directions constantly. Ever since then, for about 10 years straight, I didn't know what I really wanted to do with this channel. And a year ago, as of almost right now, I had decided the direction I wanted to take this channel in, and it's been fantastic. I've got new awesome viewers. The community is great. Whenever one of you comment, I can't wait to reply. I really appreciate every single one of you. I know this isn't super haha funny, but the fact of the matter is I'm really proud of what this channel has become, the direction it's gone in. I'm really hoping to be able to pour more time and effort into it in the year to come as well. I just think it's awesome. An entire year back on YouTube, consistently uploading. This is probably the most consistent I have ever been. Every single Friday for a year straight, I've come out with this weekly chat. I'm up to 2 uploads a week. Sometimes I even manage to do more. And it's great. I'm enjoying the skits. I'm enjoying all the other videos that I've done. So I really want you guys to let me know too, if you catch this far into the video, what you'd like to see more of in the channel. Anything new? If there's anything new you'd like me to explore. I know down the road I do want to do more deep dives. They're just very time consuming. So I just haven't had the time, but let me know any type of video that you've seen before that I've done. If you want to see more of it, just let me know. Guys, thank you so much for an entire year here on YouTube and sticking with me through it. I've tried my best to improve the quality and be a funny guy, because that's what I always claim to be, a funny guy. Am I funny? I don't know. My girlfriend laughs at my jokes, but sometimes I think it's just so that I'm happy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.